Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Friday, March 9th, 2018. I'm Fredericia Liebert. The directors of agriculture for St. Kitts and Nevis Thursday convened their first meeting for 2018. The meeting took place at the conference room at the Ministry of Agriculture here on Nevis, where both directors and their respective teams assessed the production on both islands. Also at the meeting were Augustine Merchant and Ingrid Green Mills of the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture and Christian Fleming of the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute. One of the major issues tackled was the support given after the hurricanes of 2017, when seeds and seedlings were distributed free of cost to farmers.
There are a number of things that we would have discussed this morning in terms of how did this project actually benefit our farmers, how they benefit the islanders of St. Kitts and Nevis. And it's just to look forward in terms of how we're going forward in terms of ensuring food security here in the Federation.
It's wonderful to know that the stakeholders, the farmers who had received support, they were able to actually deliver on planting the various crops that were provided and tending for them, and to the point where we soon will be harvesting. And I think it augurs well that there can be support in the difficult times where farmers were heavily impacted by the passage of the recent hurricanes. However, though, I believe it's a very good thing for us to continue to link like this, have this kind of collaboration, and also work closely with the farmers so that we'll be more assured of the times when they're going to be production, have a good idea as to when things are coming so that we can have more influence and more impact on the market.
We learned some things last year. We've seen the impact it's had on our food supply, and we want to take from that and have good preparation for 2018 and even for the years to come. So some of the things that we're going to be doing is rolling out some mitigation programs, both in crop and livestock, to ensure that we have our food security, that we have food secure when the hurricanes do come.
I found that it was a very good meeting, both sides, both the St. Kitts staff and the Nevis staff, exhibited quite a bit of camaraderie, and there was some serious discussion this morning, and I think that, and I'm hoping that this could be the beginning of good things, that there would be some frequent meetings between both departments so that we can get agriculture going in both St. Kitts and Nevis.
Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Hughie Sargent, also participated in Thursday's meeting and welcomed the decision that took place. He pledged the ministry's continued support to the department and farmers.
We talked about issues relating to climate change and resilience, especially during the hurricane season. We talked about production, and we talked about marketing of the produce, as well as the quality of produce being produced here in St. Kitts and Nevis, and the ability for all consumers to have access to good and healthy food produced here on St. Kitts and Nevis.
Following the meeting, the respective teams engaged in farm visits across the island. The Nevis Island administration will address the barriers that contribute to the higher prevalence of chronic kidney disease in women versus their male counterparts. That assurance has been given by Junior Minister of Health and Gender Affairs, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams. She is challenging residents to take advantage of the information they will receive at schools, workplaces, and in their communities to reduce the impact that chronic kidney disease has not only on the nation's health, but also its development.
Our existing health education program on non-communicable diseases, including CKD, has been expanded as a result of a 3-year project with the government of China, Taiwan, which to date has resulted in the training of over 50 physicians, nurses, and other healthcare workers in Nevis alone. In 2018, this program will also be expanded into primary schools, with the existing school health program addressing the issue of CKD and its risk factors in more detail, with additional focus placed on healthy diet and exercise.
She says the Ministry of Health continues to demonstrate a commitment to the greater awareness of chronic kidney disease, as well as ensuring access to treatment.
Access to end-stage renal care through hemodialysis services will soon be a reality in Nevis as we expand the Alexandra Hospital to include a dialysis unit with adequate water treatment capabilities. This will ensure physical access on island to the 3 patients from Nevis who are currently on hemodialysis, some of whom are women. On Friday, 23rd February, the Federation launched the Universal Health Insurance Initiative, which will ensure access to health care for all in the population, including those with pre-existing conditions, including CKD. Over the next several months, we will discuss this initiative further through various consultations as we work together towards ensuring that no one is left behind and cannot access care due to inability to pay.
Junior Minister of Health and Gender Affairs, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams, making an address to mark the March 8th observance of World Kidney Day under the theme Kidneys and Women's Health, Include, Value, Empower. After 43 years as a civil servant, Reverend Othniel Daly has retired. On Wednesday, 7th March, a retirement luncheon was held for Reverend Daly at the Jessop's Community Center. The ceremony, which was hosted by the Ministry of Community Development, saw Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Development, Keith Glasgow, delivering brief remarks where he spoke about the life of the retiree.
Reverend Daly's life, to date, has been one of service. It has been one of diligence. It has been one of persistence. It has been one of commitment. And you did hear Honorable Joseph Parry say, his mother died on the MV Christina way back in 1970. His life has been one of courage to overcome. From a simple janitor at the Charleston Secondary School, he rose to the rank of a community development officer.
Director of the Department of Community Development, Janet Meloni, went into detail about her experience and memories of Daly.
Mr. Daly never kept any malice. And he was good at resolving conflict, but he did not keep any malice. Anything that anybody in the office or myself would have done to offend him, he come and he will talk about it. But at the end of the day, Mr. Daly never kept any malice. He will come in as usual and say good morning to everybody. And so we would have a lot of love in our heart to Mr. Daly. On behalf of the Department of Community Development and by extension the Ministry of Social Development, I present to you the Certificate of Appreciation, and it reads, the certificate is awarded to Mr. Othniel Daly for your 43 years of sterling contribution to the Nevis Island administration and the people of Nevis.
Daly also received a gift as well as a monetary gift from the staff of the Department of Community Development and the ministry by extension. Wife of Reverend Daly, Mrs. Bernice Drew Daly, was presented with a bouquet of flowers, compliments of the department. Following the various song renditions from the staff of the Community Development, students of the Charlestown Primary School, and the retiree's godson, Devon Cornelius, Reverend Othniel Daly expressed gratitude to all those present.
I enjoyed working at the Community Development Department, and I love the staff at Community Development Department. I must confess that. And I will always remember you. I will always remember the staff and students as well of the Charleston Secondary School. This is my last year, my 6th year, which is my last year before I become a fully ordained Methodist minister. And I'm wondering, is so many persons who would have encouraged me, and so many persons I think that when the time comes, I would have to send invitations to.
He thanked everyone who played a role in the hosting of the luncheon and expressed gratitude to his wife for her support over the years. A number of persons paid tribute to Reverend Daly, including Deputy Director of the Social Services Department, Joyce Mouvin, Pearlie Van Wilkin, the Honorable Joseph Parry, and Lydia Claxton. Reverend Othniel Daly retired from the civil service and will be entering the Lord's ministry as a Methodist minister. Still to come,
we understand and we appreciate the elderly as they are the trailblazers. Without them, we would not have been here today.
The details after this break.
As Minister of Foreign Affairs, my work requires me to travel quite often. When abroad, I stay in touch with Nevis and all that is happening here by using the Nevis TV mobile app or logging on to nevistvonline.com. I suggest you try it as well.
I cannot miss this festival this year. I gotta be there. Gotta be there. Gotta be there.
Welcome back. In more local news,
we understand and we appreciate the elderly as they are the trailblazers. Without them, we would not have been here today. As a matter of fact, because of their positive contributions to society and our community as a whole, we are here today.
Marketing Officer at the Bank of Nevis Limited, Fayon Jones. The bank's social club made a donation to the Flamboyant Nursing Home on Thursday, March 8th.
We would like to give this small token to show our appreciation to the Flamboyant Nursing Home. It is our hope that this check will go towards offsetting some of the costs here at your establishment. It is also our hope that by giving this token, that other financial institutions will come on board and also give a substantial, tangible contribution so we could all say thank you. The Bank of Nevis Limited, we're always here and we intend to stay here as we strongly believe in improving the quality of life.
It's always a pleasure for me to accept donation gifts on behalf of my residents here. I know and I can assure you that this will go a long way in helping the residents and helping our staff here. Thank you very much, Bank of Nevis.
Nurse Donna Hanley, manager of the Flamboyant Nursing Home. Meantime, the Bank of Nevis sponsored Nevis High School Championships comes up this weekend. The race for athletic supremacy will feature students of the Gingerland Secondary, Charlestown Secondary, and Nevis International Secondary Schools. The event kicked off today with a march past through Charlestown and an official opening ceremony. On day one, tomorrow, Saturday, March 10th, from noon, spectators can expect to see the 800 and 200 meter races and the 4x100 meter relays. Events for Day 2, Sunday, March 11th from 2 p.m. will include the 400, 1200, 1500, and 100 meter races, as well as the 4x400 meter relays. Both days will also feature athletes competing in field events including high jump, long jump, javelin, and shot put. Exhibition events will also be staged by top athletes from athletics clubs out of St. Kitts. Admission to the ETW Park per day is $15 for adults and $10 for children. Coming up in the regional news segment, Trinidad High Court judge calls on Chief Justice to step down. The details after this break.